So I used to be really pessimistic about technology. Like whenever I met people, I used to start these kind of conversations. Oh, we are so doomed. Like look at the younger people. We can't focus anymore. And the even younger ones, like the teenagers right now, they have iPads in school, they have iPads everywhere, like these kind of things. And yeah, it seemed like a clear step back in many ways. And I still think so in some ways. Like I am one of those people that bought a flip phone to get a better relationship to technology. Like I've first been using this one here, Nokia, since like over 3 years. And then since a couple of months I got this one because the other one doesn't support WhatsApp anymore. And I'll make another whole video about that. But to sum up what I've learned in this whole time is that the technology, even like the most addictive type of content, like think of anything that you find addictive, was never the problem. It was always just the circumstances that made me very susceptible or like prone for addictive behavior. And I could notice through some bigger changes in my life over the last couple of years that this tendency to go online got less and less. It's still there, but in one sentence, like the better the life gets, the more stable you are, the more confidence you have, the better your relationships are to other people, the less attractive any kind of addictive behavior is. Because like why would you self-harm you and limit like the possibility to enjoy life when you have a good life, you know, when life is offering you fulfillment, peace, whatever you seek. Yeah, so I kind of changed my view to get back to the original topic on social media. 1 second. Okay, better. I was hot. I'm still excited. This is my like second proper YouTube video, so forgive me. Yeah, so I feel like the discussion about social media in the media, in newspapers, scientific world, our parents' generation, stuff like this, is mostly led by older people that didn't really, they have much data, they have much knowledge, probably more than us, but to some way they don't know what's it seems to me like they don't realize what's also changing, like in a culture way, like our way of seeing the world or also approaching life. When I think about what I consumed over the last couple of years, like as I said, I used to be like very strongly against social media and even YouTube videos and stuff like this. But then I was thinking like some of the best advice, some of the most inspirational people I met in my life, or not met, but like read or looked at, were from social media. So how can I condemn this if I'm actually part of this and now even uploading myself? And my like one of my observations or thoughts is that social media is bringing out pretty much the worst out of society. It's making many things a lot more extreme. We see this, like there's lots of radicalization, there's lots of mental health issues. There will be massive crashes here and there, like there might be civil wars or even like big, like full-scale wars in the next decades, maybe years. But at the same time, there are so many young people that I see online, that I see in like just my private life, or I don't know, in the trains randomly. When I see them, I feel, wow, okay, we really change. Like they are different, and I don't think they are different in a sense like younger people used to be in the past. Like we kind of let go of many things that maybe the generation before us was not ready yet, because there were still like different issues, you know, different traumas, different things from the generation before to digest. And now we grew up in a different world, and I would say it was not everything easy and nice, but still there seem to be really strong people that went through lots of healing, and you know, like maybe 50 years ago or 100 years ago, you were limited to a pretty small circle of people around you, and then there was media, which consisted of people that's like ended up there through education, like through a career, you can say. And today we have access to billions of people through the internet, which, as I said earlier, leads to also like very negative and hateful people being online. But there's also the most unique, like philosophical, loving, creative people that have a massive impact on our perception of things. And I don't see, like, even though I think social media right now is in a pretty strange state. Like, I didn't have social media for years now. I just got it a couple of days ago to upload videos. And like, it's obvious, everybody knows it, like you enter the newsfeed and there's like 30% nudism, 30% is like very superficial content that's, it's kind of reflecting where we are at as a society. Like, I don't think that we're gonna go back to a world where we all read books only and we just talk to our neighbors. Like, I think most of us experienced enough positive interaction with the internet that we know it's a very powerful tool. Just there's still too much chaos and too much negative energy in society, which causes it to look like that. But also social media will evolve. Like, if we all get better as a society, this will be reflected on social media too. Like, even big tech will change eventually. And there are young people, lots of young people, that suffer a lot through like comparing themselves online to other people, to other experiences, other activities. And there are many that enter like very dark places, negative places. They need therapy, or you probably know people yourself or experience it to some degree on your own. At the same time, this leads also to the scenario where many young people experienced a pretty intense, like dark periods in their life very early, and then have access to many different directions for improvement too, because there are many people that also are able to share their experiences online, and therefore there's a collective healing in many forms. Like many people are able to get a lot better through certain advice they find online or books they get recommended, which was just not possible some years ago, because you were always limited to this official books that existed, or official like popular books, and it was a lot more narrow. And then a second point is that to me it seems like it used to be easier to sell people like the dream of like do this and that, like study, get a job, work, get a house, family, and you'll be happy, like all this. But today, like a 15-year-old has seen so many things, so many videos, so many places on earth, be it through vacation or just online, that we have a complete different understanding of what's a valuable life. Like, even though it doesn't seem always like it, like sometimes it seems like we young people, we are so materialistic and we all care only about fashion and stuff, and we dream about our rich idols and all this, football players and whatever. But at the same time, there's a really strong sense of community and also adventure, like all these travel people, food people, like there are many people, like younger folks they became food guys at like 18 years old, and they are like super into this, and they do all kinds of activities, all kinds of sports, because they just found it online. And so what might happen is that even though there are all these negative aspects and extremism, and there will be accumulation of bad energy, but maybe like in the long run we will actually get through a better world more quickly, because like all the processes that are there are run through like a bit quicker, because they get kind of supercharged through the internet, like more content, more healing, more worsening of conditions, depends. But then ultimately we might end up in a utopia kind of world sooner than later. So maybe to wrap this up, social media is actually a very powerful tool. That's what I think. I like it a lot. Like there are many videos that I watched where I was like, wow, my life just changed. It was so interesting, or just so entertaining. You know, sometimes you see a random person that's so funny, and just this vibe that you see, you know, wow, from now on I'm kind of a slightly different person, because it just changed how I see the world. Maybe I got a little less serious about some things, or I got a new goal, like, oh, I want to learn a handstand or whatever. Like, it's just really important to understand that the goal of social media companies right now is not our well-being mostly. Like there may be some workers there care about it, but it's 100% profit. And secondly, it's important to understand how addiction works, because like the goal of social media, it's not like productivity or like just get inspiration to get a better person. It can be entertainment, but like a good way of entertainment, you know, where you consume something that you actually enjoy and you can identify with. And I personally experienced a lot that I kind of got into this addictive circles where I consumed lots of bullshit, really content that I, even during watching, was like, what is this? But I just, you keep watching because for some reason that's very different from person to person. There's a lot of pressure on you, For me, it was a lot of pressure to study a certain thing, to behave in a certain way, to not express like how I truly am. For other people, it might be like more coming from family to do this and that, or very different. So this is also what I'm going to post here on my YouTube channel. For me, it was a long journey to understand it, and I'm still not there yet, of course. Like, this will probably last forever, this process. But I can't say that I got a lot better. I used to be a lot more insecure, and I had serious problems with technology addiction. And everything that I learned over the last couple of years, I will share here on this channel. So if you like this very personal opinion view on things, feel free to subscribe so you'll see my face again very soon. See you in the next video.